everyone, it's me Nicola, English woman abroad in Morocco. Hope everyone's well. Salam alaikum, bakhair, labas, koshi mazian. It's good to be talking to you again because it's been a while. Hope everyone had a great Ramadan. I can't believe it's a week already since Eid, and what an amazing time that was. Mbarak al-Eid, if it's not too late. As I say, I hope you all had a blessed Ramadan. Mine was amazing. I wanted to talk to you today about my challenge. So that was a big challenge for me, 30 days of fasting. It's the first time that I have fasted for 30 days, and it was really special because as well it's the first time that I've been in Morocco for the whole of Ramadan, and also spent it with, as you know, my most amazing family in Essaouira, my Moroccan family. And of course they really looked after me, so they made sure that I got up in the morning. They made sure I got fed when I was supposed to be fed, and they encouraged and supported me all the way through Ramadan to make sure that I achieved my challenge and fasted for 30 days. So you know who you are, and thank you so much. Thank you all as well, because I had so many messages. So throughout Ramadan, I had messages from people just supporting and encouraging me to keep going, and also people, giving me some really great advice about what I should and shouldn't be eating, to try and eat like healthy foods, and people telling me about the traditions as well of Ramadan, in that I should be eating dates. That should be what I break my fast with, and drinking milk and juice and stuff like that, and just really trying to be healthy. And of course, really importantly, when you're not drinking water all day, that you try to make sure that you drink water when you can. And of course, the other thing that my family told me is, you shouldn't start by drinking gallons of water before you eat, because the water obviously fills up your stomach and then you can't eat. So again, some really good advice. So it's beginning to feel like I'm talking to friends now. So many of you have commented, liked, subscribed to the channel. In fact, last week, and I can't remember which day now, but one day last week we reached 1,000 subscribers. So, that's amazing. And when I started this, I never imagined for 1 minute that I would get more than 1,000 people watching these videos and taking an interest in what I'm doing. Speaking of which, I don't know, maybe some of you have heard of Rashida Elg. She has a Facebook group called Moroccans in Britain Plus. If you haven't, join it, because there's lots of useful information there, not just for Moroccans that are in Britain, but other people as well. I've joined it, and I've posted some of my videos in there, as a result of which Rashida does a weekly live stream women's hour, where she features different women who've done different things, maybe entrepreneurs, business women, people who've got a story to tell or something interesting to say. And she invited me to speak on her live stream, so that was amazing as well. For me, it's like, this is my life, but actually it seems that people out there are interested to know what I'm doing here in Morocco, and what I think about it. So as I say, if you want to join the group, the video is still there from last night, so you can watch that and see what Rashida's talking about. And it's a great thing for her to support other women, especially maybe some Moroccan women, I think, that have taken part. and told their story. So that's amazing. But really, today, I wanted to talk to you about Ramadan. So I achieved my 30 days of fasting, which was amazing. It was a journey, I think, for me. I started, I think, in the first maybe 2 or 3 days. I kind of wondered whether I was actually going to make it, because it was quite hard to start with. And not really the eating and drinking, or not eating and drinking, I should say. The difficult thing for me in the beginning was getting up in the morning. It's like every morning at 3:30 or thereabout. It's quite difficult. And after 3 days and me feeling like I couldn't do it anymore, I thought, how am I going to manage another 27 days of this? But like with a lot of things, I think you kind of get accustomed to it, I suppose. So for the first week, probably, being tired was my biggest problem. And into the second week, I think then my stomach started to rebel, and I was told that that's completely normal. So for those of you, and I take my hat off to you, that have done Ramadan many times before, you'll probably know what I'm talking about. If you don't know what I'm talking about, use your imagination, because I'm really not going to say any more. But for the second week, my tiredness was kind of overcome with my stomach problem. But I managed to carry on, and gradually again, I suppose your body kind of gets used to it, and it's perhaps described to me as a way of getting rid of the toxins or bad things in your body, which is why I think there's so much evidence out there that fasting in this way is really quite good for you. So coming into like week 3, I was beginning to feel like, wow, this is going really quickly, and maybe I'm going to actually get to the end of it and succeed in my challenge. So I think week 3 and 4, probably the best weeks. But I think overall for me, the most rewarding or satisfying thing about Ramadan is that kind of solidarity, knowing when you walk down the street that the majority of people around you are going through the same thing. And then also, you think about other people around the world that are also doing the same thing. And for me, there was kind of, I felt that support and encouragement. I don't know whether it's just Azalal, but again, a lot of the people that I know in Azalal or have kind of met over the time that I've been there, asking me, how is it going? How is it for you? Or sometimes even, maybe through the day, people saying to me, are you hungry? I'm a bit hungry. Are you thirsty? Because I'm a bit thirsty. So it's kind of knowing, felt really encouraging to me to know that other people are in the same boat, feeling hungry, feeling thirsty, but actually, carrying on and seeing it through to the end of the day. And there were days when I was quite hungry, but again, that's another, for me, point of Ramadan, is to feel what that's like. What is it like to be hungry? What is it like to be thirsty? What is it like not to be able to eat for that period of time? And, yes, it's a short period of time. And yes, for a lot of us, we sit down to a nice meal at the end of it, and we're able to eat before it in the morning. But, there are people out there who are not in that fortunate position. So, it brings you on to another part of Ramadan, and that is that focus on, sharing what you've got with other people, whether that be money, whether it be the zakat that everybody pays making that kind of contribution. And one thing that I discovered and found out, which I didn't know, is that the zakat that you pay is kind of a prescribed amount, and it's based on the cost of 2.5 kilos of flour, which kind of makes sense, I guess, because flour's a staple. It's one of those things that you can make a lot of things with, including, of course, khubz or bread, which of course is very popular here. And if you haven't got an awful lot to eat, maybe that kind of fills you up. So that was something that I learned, and that's quite a small amount of money actually, and everybody really, or most people, can afford to contribute towards that. But it's also a time of reflection, a time of reconnecting with your religion, whichever that might be that you follow. Of course, mainly for Ramadan, that would be the Islamic religion. But it kind of brings your attention, I suppose, to other people. Anyway, what I can't believe is that we're a week away from Eid already. So, again, after 30 days of fasting, we have that big celebration, that time to spend with family, that time to eat. Again, 2 breakfasts in the morning, one with one family, one with another family, and then back somewhere for lunch. Second breakfast in the afternoon maybe, and then dinner. So, it's a big celebration focused on eating, of course. Although really, for the whole of Ramadan, I think I said right at the beginning, I was surprised at how much I was thinking about food, even though not maybe eating it. But generally, I did some filming in the market in Essaouira, in the sort of middle of the afternoon. The market comes alive, and everybody's thoughts turn to, I haven't been eating all day, I'm going to be eating later, so what am I going to be eating? And people are buying juice and buying meat to cook, buying bread, all of those things. And that market, that bustling, busy market, went on every day through Ramadan. So even when people are not eating throughout the day, there is still a lot of thought about food. So, Eid is that kind of culmination, I suppose. So it was an amazing time for me. As I say, the support of that family was amazing for me, and it was such a privilege to be able to experience Ramadan from within. And I'm really grateful for that. So I think that's probably it from me for now. As I said, thanks very much to everybody for your comments, for subscribing to the channel. You might have noticed I am back in my apartment in Essaouira. So I left Essaouira a few days ago after celebrating Ramadan and Eid there. I can't wait to share with you all the things that have been happening in my apartment whilst I was away. I'm here now to kind of supervise that and see what's going to happen next. There's a little bit of a clue just behind me, but I'm not going to tell you any more now. I'm going to wait until it's all done, and then I'll share it with you and you can see the difference. So I'm going to say Baslama for now. Subscribe to the channel if you want to see what I'm doing next, and I will see you soon.